My teacher stared at my broken wrist and accused me of faking it in front of my entire class. She thought she'd humiliate me. What she didn't realize was that she'd just declared war on my mother. I was 15 when I wrote this. But this story starts long before that. I've been breaking bones since the day I was born. Literally. My body has always felt like it was made of glass and bad luck. I have a weak immune system, brittle bones, a brain that moves faster than my body can keep up. And on top of that, I'm clumsy, adventurous, curious, the kind of kid who climbs things she shouldn't and falls off them. By the time I hit middle school, I'd broken my arms 13 times. And somehow, that made adults suspicious, teachers especially. There's this unspoken belief some of them carry, that kids who get hurt a lot are faking. Attention seekers. Liars. Dramatic. And every time it happened, the pattern was the same. A teacher wouldn't believe me. They'd call me out in front of everyone. Whispers would spread. Kids would stare. And suddenly I wasn't the injured kid. I was the liar. So when I broke my wrist in 7th grade, falling off something I absolutely should not have been climbing, I already knew how the story usually ended. But I wasn't prepared for her. Let's call her Mrs. Tablet. She taught history. Very strict. Very proper. Very by the book. And I was not. I doodled. I fidgeted. I asked questions that didn't have neat answers. We didn't fight, but we didn't fit. My wrist was wrapped in a Velcro brace because I was allergic to normal casts. It wasn't removable in any practical sense. Taking it off hurt like hell. But technically, yes, it had straps. One day, Mrs. Tablet was absent. We had a substitute. A woman I already disliked. A teacher's friend. And, just my luck, the mother of one of my bullies. I kept my head down. Did my work. Doodled a little. Got scolded once or twice. Nothing dramatic. Or so I thought. The next day, Mrs. Tablet called me up to her desk. Her voice was sweet. Too sweet. Fire, she said, smiling tightly. Do you know why I've called you up here? My stomach sank. No, ma'am. She tilted her head, eyes drifting to my wrist. How long have you had that cast? About a week. Why? She leaned back in her chair. Do you really need it? The room felt colder. Yes. Well, she said slowly. The substitute told me she saw you take it off. My heart started pounding. It's a cast, I said. I can't just take it off. It would hurt. She raised an eyebrow. So if I asked the class, they'd say you need it? Yes. And if I called your parents right now, they'd say the same thing? Yes. They took me to the hospital. She asked every single question in front of the class. 30 kids watching, listening, judging. When she finally dismissed me, I could feel eyes burning into my back. By lunch, I wasn't injured. I was fake. I later found out the substitute told her I'd taken off my cast, laughed about it, and tossed it in my locker like some cartoon villain bragging about cheating the system. It wasn't true. But Mrs. Tablet believed it. And she decided to call my parents. She made one fatal mistake. She called my mom. Now, my mom and I aren't perfect. She has a temper. We clash. But one thing about her? You do not mess with her kid. According to my mom, Mrs. Tablet opened the call smug. Oh, apparently your daughter is wearing a cast, she said. Did you even know that? Then came the comment that sealed her fate. Well, we all know how dramatic teenage girls can be. Especially unique ones like her. She threatened suspension. Implied I was lazy. Suggested I was pretending to be injured to avoid work. My mom didn't yell. She went cold. She corrected her. She listed hospital visits, doctor's notes, allergies, diagnoses. And then she tore her apart. Professionally, legally, and calmly. By the end of the call, Mrs. Tablet was backpedaling so hard you could practically hear the panic. But it didn't stop there. After that day, she punished me quietly. Detentions for fidgeting. For doodling. For not sitting perfectly still. Then she poisoned my reputation at the art studio we both attended. Suddenly, I was distracting. Immature. moved down a class. That's when my mom decided, enough. See, my mom hates the PTA. But she is friends with someone much more powerful. A woman on the county school board. She told her everything. Submitted every medical record. Every detention slip. Every comment about me being slow or unique. And the board listened. An investigation opened. Meanwhile, my mom pulled me out of the art studio. I told my friends why. They told their parents. Kids started leaving. Classes emptied. The studio shut down temporarily. Then the hammer dropped. Mrs. Tablet was suspended for a week. Formally reprimanded by 2 departments. Flagged for discriminatory treatment of impaired and neurodivergent students. Her pay raises? Cut in half for 3 years. She was forced to retake training courses. And one more complaint? She'd lose tenure. The woman who tried to humiliate a 12-year-old girl lost her spotless record. Her power. Her security. All because she couldn't believe a kid with a broken wrist. The best part? She never looked me in the eye again. I learned something important that year. Sometimes, revenge isn't loud. It isn't cruel. It's just truth, delivered to the right people. And sometimes, the system actually works. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real-life karma stories. And tell me in the comments, have you ever seen someone in power finally face consequences? Because trust me, those stories are always worth telling.